So I just finished The Women by Kristin Hannah, and honestly, I really, really liked this book, even though I almost DNF'd it like 3 or 4 times in the process of reading it. So this is the third Kristin Hannah book that I've read. I read The Nightingale when it came out in 2017 or 2018, something like that. And I loved that book. I thought it was such an interesting look into really, really complex relationship dynamics and just kind of big, like good people caught up in bad things and like all kinds of stuff. And like that book I loved. Then a couple years later, I picked up a new one of hers called The Great Alone, and I really did not like that one. I was like a 2-star reading for me. That was just like broken people doing broken things that ends in more brokenness, and I was just like, I can't do it. I saw this book and was like, there was no women in Vietnam. What are you talking about? And then was like, oh, I'm an idiot. I definitely want to read this because this sounds like it could be a really, really cool story. It's the story of Frankie, who is a nurse in Vietnam and is at one of the field hospitals. And it's just like supposed to be this whole journey of her going through the war in Vietnam. And I almost put it down a couple times because there was a few points that it started to feel like, oh, I don't think this is really a book that's about the holistic like life journey of this woman who went through this incredibly hard thing. I think it's just like, oh, cool idea, that's just an excuse to write a romance novel. And I was like, I don't really want to read a romance novel. I'm really interested in like the psychological toll and the emotional and the societal toll of like, I've read enough books about the men who were soldiers in Vietnam, but I hadn't read anything about the women who were the nurses and stuff. And so I really wanted to kind of dig into that. And there was a few points that I was like, it doesn't really feel like that's where this is going to go. But I pushed through it. And by the time I got done with it, was like, oh, I'm so glad that I did, because even though there's a storyline and a couple different storylines kind of throughout that veer over into the romance side, they're really just a portion of the whole entire story, looking at this woman's life and how the times and the things that she went through affected her. And so, yeah, if you're interested in it, I would definitely recommend this book. It is very emotionally heavy. And I feel like Kristin does an incredible job writing very emotionally deep and emotionally weighty situations and characters and stuff. And I wish I had some of my quotes that I'd underlined in it, but she has beautiful, beautiful writing. But yeah, it was very, very interesting story to me, and overall definitely really liked it, and I would recommend this one. So let me know if you've read it, what you guys thought, if you've read any of her other books. Like I say, I've only read the other 2. I really liked one, didn't like the other one at all, and now this one was this is solid. It'll work. So that's all I got. Hope you're having a good day.